A Tale of Ossian by Robert Forrest.
Let's start again. I know you can hear me. You're not asleep. My mother does this. Eyes closed, the steady breathing. She even does a little bit of a snore. A delicate one, of course, from Mrs. Helen Jean MacLeod. So, the story is you were found in a bus shelter, unconscious. You had no identification on you, no wallet, no paper, no cards, nothing. And all your pockets, coat, jacket, waistcoat, trousers, every pocket was filled with leaves. Dead leaves. Now, why would you do that? Or did someone else do it? Anyway, good news is you're not in any danger. Low blood pressure, but apart from that. And you did speak. When a nurse was trying to get some answers from you, you muttered something about foundations, cornerstone of the world, the morning star, so Book of Job. And they sent for me because I'm a... Oh my! I've never seen the light in here.
Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth?
Eyes, that colour.
Declare if thou hast understanding.
When the morning stars sang together and heavenly beings shouted for joy.
Oh, heavenly beings. The New Revised Version, I stay with King James. All the sons of God shouted for joy. But then in either translation, it's clear that book was written by a poet of the highest order. I'm sorry I never met the man. You are a MacLeod?
Yes. Isabel. I'm a minister, Church of Scotland.
Were your people from Rassay, perhaps?
My people? I was born in... well, my great-grandfather came from Assent.
Your people sold Jamie Graham, Bonnie Marquis of Montrose. A man in whose company you could not be for more than a minute without being tempted to swear fealty to him. But your people sold him for some bags of meal. Still, at a time of hunger, grain may be a golden thing. Why does your mother pretend to sleep?
Oh, she's become... That's hardly Well, in the last year she seems to have aged or failed or confused, cantankerous.
Dementia. A troubling word.
Yes, you don't want to listen to my sad stories.
Oh, I do.
Well, it's like sometimes the world's, I don't know, too confusing, scary, so she hides from it.
And her daughter, the minister, must be busy in the world.
I'm happy to talk about anything you want, but should we not talk about you? They want to keep you here at least one more night, a few more tests. But after that, no one's quite sure what to do with you, so would you tell me your name?
I've been called the Wee Fawn.
A nickname? Or is it Mr. Fawn? All right. What about your people?
My father fought against the Norsemen. Longer ago, he fought against the Romans. And longer ago still, he fought demons and witches and dragons. I think I'll sleep now.
You're not having another one.
Mother, the day I've had, I deserve a drink.
It's not deserving.
2 funerals.
It's need.
A church committee meeting.
Some would say addiction.
A local council seminar on homelessness. A 2-hour stint at a food bank. Hospital visits. The most unusual green...
Green?
Eyes. Green eyes. Not emerald, not pea, not holly, not... I don't know what the word would be. I thought it might have been a trick of the light. They did seem to have a shine to them.
There was a spider in here today. The biggest I've ever seen. I'd be surprised to hear of a bigger spider, even in Guatemala.
Guatemala?
Where's my son?
You don't have a son.
Richard.
He's your son-in-law, or was. Was my husband. And as far as I know, he's in Tuscany.
With Bella.
Belinda.
Richard would have given that spider its marching orders. Sent it on its way with a harsh word and a jam jar and a coaster.
Would he not need a very big jam jar?
You're not too big to go across my knee.
Yes, I am.
You're not too big to spend some time in the coal cellar.
Ah, the cellar. I don't know about spiders, but I'll bet there were slaters in there. As many slaters as there were spiders in Guatemala.
The proper name is woodlouse. It is a species of crustacean.
Oh, the teacherly voice.
Generations of children are indebted to me.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of them know a crustacean when they meet one in the dark.
Some even learn the magic word. Oh, you know it, even if you won't let it pass your lips.
Mother, please.
Said like that. Quite without magic.
Oh, please, please, please. And 2 more magic words. Pinot Grigio, a blessing from sunny heaven.
That's blasphemy. Oh, you were guilty of that as a child. And even now, when you dare to wear the collar...
Mother?
Isabel?
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. Truly. I get muddled. I get fractious.
Sometimes.
Oh, but it must have been for you. It must have been...
What?
Devastating. What she did. Your congregation, they all leave except her. One young woman.
Young indeed.
Sitting alone like a lost soul. She says her faith is lost and all her hopes. But your sermon, your very voice, she says, how this warmth spread through her. Can you help her? Be a guide for her?
She said the magic word.
Within a few weeks, you were such... She's only half your age.
A bit older.
You seemed to be such... You seemed so close.
My new young friend. The little liar.
Faithless little traitor. Off in Tuscany with Richard. And who knows what lies she's telling him. My only son.
I heard a young man singing today on the wireless. I'm told he's famous, colossal, as is his wealth. But he seemed to me to be of middling talent.
What singers do you like, Mr. Fawn? Sinatra? Elvis?
I'm fond of Mr. Sinatra's rendition of You Make Me Feel So Young. Picking up lots of forget-me-nots. But bear this in mind. I have been on the wander with Robert Burns when he was composing Abe Fond Kiss. He sang as he composed, which is a noble art. Your mother is a wandered soul. What about your father?
The nurses tell me you haven't said a word since my last visit. And yet here we are. Why do you talk to me? Is it because I'm a minister?
Your religion is a puny thing. Nothing like the pure, fierce Judaism of Jesus of Nazareth. Your father.
He died when I was very young. I have no memory of him. And your father? The fighter of Romans and demons?
My memory of him is a whole universe of stories.
Maybe you could tell me one?
I could tell you about the beginning of his end, of how he cut his own path to his own downfall.
Mr. Fawn? Not this evening. All right? I know you're not asleep. But bye for now. You don't see many waistcoats these days.
Who are you?
And this one's red corduroy with silver buttons.
Why are you here?
And the dead leaves in the pockets. The leaves weren't just in coat and jacket and trousers. They were in those little waistcoat ones. Pocket watch pockets.
Did someone send you here?
The buttons, they had a design embossed on them, a stag's antlers, which is interesting when he says his name's...
Who sent you here with your babbling and your wine bibbing and your sinister clothes?
Blue skirt and a green blouse.
Disguise. Your real clothes are black and grey with that creamy band at your throat.
Clerical collar. I wear it because I'm a minister, a Church of Scotland minister.
Why?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, one you can't answer.
I started to study and work towards this job when I was 17 because Jesus had become undeniable, necessary.
I want Richard. I want my son.
He's not your son.
Why am I locked up here with you? Richard promised me my freedom. Freedom to come and go. That's all I want. Is that too much? After all I've given to the world, to children. Oh, children can be vile. They frighten me. I'm frightened.
You need a break. A rest.
Respite.
Yes.
You need respite from me.
We both do. From every day.
Respite.
Oh, it's not a swear word. And it's something Richard can do for you. It's his money and lets you spend some time away.
Done she?
The best there is.
Hate the place.
No, you don't. I called in today. They have a room for you.
It happened in this way. My father took a second wife after my mother was dead. Or vanished.
Vanished?
There are various different... Some versions...
Mr. Fawn?
It happened this way. His new wife was Grania. She was as fair as springtime and as clever as a midnight witch. Within a season, her desire turned to young Dermot. And it happened that there was a great feast, and all the warriors, and all the hunters, and all the singers, and all the dogs, and all the women, everyone fell into the deepest sleep. All except Grania and Dermot. They were awake and gazing at each other, she with desire and challenge, he with fear, but a great longing. Together they fled to that feasting hall. For 3 years my father hunted them. And so it happened, at last my father and Dermot came face to face. Now, Dermot was a bold and nimble warrior. With sword or spear he was subtle and quick and much younger than his enemy. But my father was possessed by rage and jealousy and injured pride. And injured pride is fierce, like a boar with 7 darts in its sides. And my father gave young Dermot 7 deadly cuts. So it happened.
That was the beginning of your father's end, his downfall?
This has been said, and it's true. You may live after countless wounds, but not after your honour is lost.
Why don't we go outside? The garden, the air, exercise.
I saw a dog out there today. An old shaggy mongrel thing. It was looking in, watching me.
I'll mention it. But we can't have people saying I've had you locked away. The collective noun for gossips, a congregation. That Isabel MacLeod, that Reverend MacLeod. Fond of a drink, that Christian. Likes her wine, does that one. But then they said the same about Jesus.
I had a daughter once. She was blasphemous too.
You have a daughter, and she's doing her best for you.
Blasphemy. Sin. Her father sensed it in time and left us. Dread and despair. I've no doubt they can bring on heart failure.
Mother, that's...
As a widow, of course, I sensed it all the time. A smell in her clothes, in her hair, in her room. When she wasn't even there. Sin.
Don't be hateful.
She'd be out somewhere with her blasphemy and her slander and her wicked little ways. She'd hide from me in cupboards and under beds and behind curtains. Not innocent hide and seek. Oh, no. She didn't want me to try and find her. She wanted to jump out at me, shrieking, both of us shrieking.
That is not how it was.
No?
Not how things were.
Were you there?
Oh, Mum.
Watching. Like that damn dog out there.
Is it not very late?
You seem wide awake.
Yes, but I'm surprised they let you in.
The collar can work miracles. I talked about a crisis.
What crisis?
Spiritual crisis.
Oh, Isabel, that is not my calling. I am no teacher, no healer.
Not mine. Not my spirit. Yours. It was a little white bluff.
I believe you've taken drink.
So?
Why are you here? How's your mother?
Unbearable. But I can bear it.
You said she tries to hide from the world. But you, a churchwoman, are compelled. Your calling...
Look, maybe I just wanted to hear that voice of yours again. See if I could pin down the accent or tone, the rhythm, something. Maybe it's the eyes, the surprise of them, that green.
Drink taken indeed.
Or I just wanted someone to tell me a story. The magic words. All 4 of them, once upon a time. Your father hunted the traitor down and they fought and he won. Your father won. And yet that was his downfall. That's when his ending began.
Deathly cold. That high place where they fought. Isabel, Reverend MacLeod.
A high place. Once upon a time.
Only one little spring rose as high as that. The spring of Truus. No matter the cold, that water never froze.
Dermot was wounded 7 times.
Sitting with his back against a tall stone, planted there 1,000 years before by other wiser men, the stone of Cruatal. It's still there, or was, just last year. Was that just... I can feel it in my palms. Its roughness, its stillness, its steadfast. But surely longer ago than much longer.
Dermot, with his back against the stone, a high place.
The cry of an eagle. Even that is lower than that stone, those men. And below that again, among trees, can you hear the moaning and singing of the wolves? You stand there, says Dermot. You lean on your spear and you watch. And my father says it's a sight worth watching. The sight of your best friend's blood, says Dermot. Friend, says my father. What friend steals the wife of his friend, the wife of his chief?
She put a druid hold on me. She's a witch.
A woman. We know their magic. The eyes and the mouth, the shoulders and breasts, the lilt and whisper of her, the thighs, welcoming thighs of her eye. We know about the druid spells of women.
Everyone at the feast. Dozens of us and all fell asleep, even the dogs.
All except one. And his bitch.
A witch could do that. That's sleep.
Some women learn such things from their grannies. Herbs and roots, and powdered bark. It's knowledge and skill, not magic. And you would have me believe that before that night there was nothing between you? Well?
I knew she was looking at me. But nothing. Nothing, I swear. Not a word or a touch.
Even glances can speak. They can touch like fingers lacing.
Before that night, I never would meet her eye.
And then you did. And lusted for her.
I felt... Yes. Hunger. Need. Something. And fear of the druid hold she would put on me. I remember. Yes, I remember.
Say it.
I remember when we killed the boar of Sullivan. You and I. Alone. No other men and not a single dog, just you and me and our spears and knives. And that was a demon of a boar, was it not? The stories and songs that night. There has been much like that between us. Think of the drams, the laughing and the sadness, and now. Would you stand there and watch me die?
That's why I hunted you down.
We loved each other.
I only wish she could see you.
Can such love die?
All the women should be here to see that beauty of yours they used to gape at. Uncanny, they called it. And now, the red eyes of you, the face grey and blue, the bloody tongue between your teeth, and a good 2 handfuls of your guts in your lap.
Enough, I think.
I could just about feel it. The cold, my face,
It's too warm for me. Hospital.
my feet.
Are you coming down with something? Infection. Notorious places like this. Viral.
Are you falling asleep on me?
Ghost of rain. Delirium. Befuddlement.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's something in his voice. There's some kind of accent, slight, but... And the eyes. That green could maybe hypnotise.
Again, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, neither do I. No idea who or what Mr. Fawn can be. Look, it's a lovely day. Why don't we go out into the garden?
That devilish dog might be there. It's the kind might go for the throat.
There's no sign of any dog.
Can you not just hear that blasphemous daughter of mine? May she be given authority over such a dog, such a devil. Now she might say, the throat, savage, now.
You know, there are those who say, don't argue. I don't know. Should I go along with that? Humour you, or at least not challenge you? Contradiction would just confuse you more. Deepen the pain. I really don't want to hurt you. I really don't. But sometimes it all seems much too...
What?
Lucid.
At home, I know she often toyed with our lovely black box.
Deliberate.
Its velvet lining, and in their snug little places, the carving knives, razor sharp.
Mother, stop this.
No such lovely thing in this place. So how would she go about it? What would you do in her place, in this place?
This is too much.
There are the pillows, of course.
Dear God.
Yes? No? Maybe you'd prefer the cord from my dressing
Dear
gown.
God
Or do you have a vision of something more clinical, clean? The bath, the last of the water in there turning, spinning at the drain, stained with pink now. A gurgle, then silence, silence and respite. You look
Frightened.
somewhat peaky. Shall we go out to the garden?
Why on earth? After what I've just had to listen to.
He seems very much on your mind.
On my mind is going home. Alone. Calm down, sit and pray.
Have a drink.
Oh, yes. And a cigarette.
A cigarette.
I know. I haven't smoked for 15 years, but today... Why on earth do you want to hear about Mr. Fawn?
I don't.
But you just
I
said...
thought it might help you. Take you out of yourself. Cheer you up.
Cheer me. He tells me his father fought against the Norsemen, and before that he fought against the Romans.
Legend.
Delusion.
Myth. How legends grow, how myth is made. A warrior fought against the Norsemen. An earlier warrior fought against the Romans. Their stories become entangled. They become about one legendary figure. Did you ask about that dog?
They've no idea how it got in, if it did.
It was right there. Tell them I saw it right there. And tell them I will not have spying dogs in my garden.
He says his father's best friend eloped with his wife. He told me the story and it was
It was what?
so real, vivid. The husband, the lover. I was almost there with them in the story.
That's what happens with stories. Oh, it's supposed to happen.
This was different, more...
What?
Mother, I really do want to go home.
So do I. Mr. Fawn.
Wee Fawn, he said. I thought it might be a nickname.
The lover's name was Dermot. The wife he stole was Grania.
That's right.
Well, of course I'm right. I taught English and history to higher level for many years. Pay attention. The Irish hero, Finn McCool, or in Scotland, sometimes Fingal,
Fingal's Cave.
and his son, Ossian, or Ossian, a hunter and warrior, but also a bard, a poet, the keeper and singer of the tales of his father. He went into the land of youth, or faerie. When he came out, after only a season, his father had been dead for centuries. Some legends say he wanders our world even now.
Ossian.
Before he was born, his mother had been transformed into a deer. He spent his first years in a feral state, raised by the herd. That's how he got his name. It means little fawn.
Why do you not die?
Has it become painful to watch?
I'm in no pain,
It's a shame to you.
no shame.
You could end it
Take off your head.
when you were a boy. When your powers were given. Courage. Wisdom. Generosity. There was another gift. Healing.
No,
Water from the cup of your own hand.
did not chase you through so much land and time to raise you up again.
Fingal, you are my father and my chieftain, but you are wrong in this.
This is not your business.
But it is. Your love for this man. That's a song could be sung. A story told forever. Think where you stand.
Cruadal and truce.
Between the stone of Cruadal and the spring of Truas, Fingal bowed his head. Fingal, in whose generosity coins were given, like the numberless leaves of autumn woodland. For a while he stood, as in prayer. Then he made of his strong hands an elegant cup, and he filled that cup with water from the spring. But as he carried it to Dermot, he faltered, almost stumbled, and the water spilled to the ground.
I saw them.
Fingal, my love.
I saw her and him. I saw them together.
Calmly now. Go back. Fetch another cupful. Fingal, who was as brave and wise as the wolf, who could walk with the carefulness of a deer, may he walk so now, see nothing but clean water, see it defy the ice of winter. But again...
Again!
The water spilled.
I see her again, and always.
Beloved.
Her and that one.
Once more Fingal bowed his head, then he walked back to the spring. But his head did not lift, and his feet seemed heavy, and his steps were slow. He filled a cup of his trembling hands with water, and turned, and I spoke. Father, you may open your hands. Too late. Dermot is dead.
Dermot.
Hallowed be your name.
Wrap him in linen, in wolf skin and deer hide.
Your will be done as it is in heaven.
Let his friends carry him home on his battle shield.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Leash up his hound. Give the leash into the hand of his woman.
Forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors.
Cannot put life back into him, but he will be talking to me every day.
Do not bring us to the time of trial, but rescue us from the evil one. Oh. Dear God, I know who you think you are.
As you see, waiting for a bus.
What bus?
I've nowhere to go, so I can go anywhere.
They've released you to go anywhere or nowhere?
Released? I got up, dressed, and walked out. And you, why are you here?
I was on my way to visit you.
To hear the end of the story.
Your father. He could have saved his friend, but he didn't. He spilled the water twice, and then he began to try again, but Dermot was dead. Is that how it ends?
Always.
Imagine that. Because it came to me in a dream.
A dream?
Indeed. About Fingal, Dermot, and you. You were there too.
Isabel.
Right, Isabel MacLeod. And what do I call you? Mr. Fawn? Little Fawn? Ossian? Ossian?
I told you a
Speaking of
story.
names, the water, the stone.
Cruatal, truas, courage and pity. In the code of Fingal and his people, they were the noblest things. By them, honour was made.
Is that the moral of the story?
No moral. I'm just a wandered old man with all these stories in my head.
Found lying in a bus shelter, unconscious. Is this the same bus stop?
I have no idea. I was unconscious.
With nothing in your pockets but dead leaves. Do you know how they got there?
Maybe the fairies. Or a couple of young Neds and their idiot girlfriends, all out of their minds in tonic wine and pills. Which is more likely?
Can we go somewhere? I mean, we could sit in my car.
Why?
Because it's cold out here and we could get warm and talk some more.
Why?
Why? Because I want to understand all this.
I told you a story, the beginning.
And I dreamed the bloody ending.
Long ago in childhood, maybe you read or heard that story.
No.
You
no.
forgot it long ago. But hearing the beginning again brought it all back to you. Or uncanny old Ossian planted a dream in your mind by some kind of druid spell. Which is more likely, or just cold my feet. I wish the bus would come.
Mr. Fawn, I really don't think you should be catching a bus to anywhere or nowhere. Look, let me take you somewhere warm. You could come home with me in my car.
Oh, you would drive?
Well, of course.
Are you sober?
Oh, I'm perfectly sober.
When you heard about Fingal and Dermot in the ward, you were far from sober.
Not far. Not very far.
More than far enough.
Are we moralising now?
Your ministry work. A great deal to be done, and much of it distressing. Much weariness and doubt.
Doubt is part of vocation, inevitable.
Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief.
Gospel of Mark.
King James, not your new modern revision. I do hope the bus is well heated.
My living room?
Your troubled mother.
Oh, she won't be there.
But again, confusion, weariness, distressed.
But why are you so distressed? Here's something. Jumpy.
Jumpy. Ridiculous word. I move to keep warm.
A cosy room. A comfy armchair. A glass of very fine malt. Imagine that.
Imagine this. A pub in Bournemouth in 1880 something. A fire in the hearth, logs and sea coal, claret wine, the open bottle warming. On that side of the fire sits Robert Louis Stevenson. On this side is Ossian, or Ossian, son of Fingal or Finn. He looks not a day younger than I look now. How did I look in your dream? As old as this? And my father? Ah, yes. The son older than the father, the baffling topsy-turvy of a dream. Have I said that before?
Not to me.
Where was I? Ah, yes. Lewis. He's talking about dreams, stories. He's been a dreamer, ardent and uncomfortable, he says, since he was a child. He'd wake with flying heart, cold scalp, that speechless midnight fear.
This is...
What?
Go on.
And then sometimes he'd wake up with a story in his mind. He's long been planning, been haunted by something like a dream, something about a man's double being, or more than double, many. It would be a work of genius and indecent, but he did not have the story.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Now he has it. He tells me it's been given to him, given by mischievous creatures in his dreams. He tells me his name for them.
His brownies. Yes, he wrote that somewhere. I can't remember. My mother would know.
You could say to your well-read mother, where did Stevenson write about his story-weaving brownies? And she'd say, in his essay, a chapter on dreams.
That's it.
So, somewhere along my life I read Lewis's essay, or I met the man himself in a pub in Bournemouth. Which is more likely?
What's more likely isn't always the truth.
Well said.
So, what about Robert Burns? You and him on the wander?
Memories. Dreams. Stories. Not to be trusted.
We have quite a lot of Stevenson at home. We could go there, look for a chapter on dreams.
Thank you, but no, I have a bus to catch. Oh, and here it comes now.
Mr. Fawn, even if you are Ossian, this isn't wise.
Try to live well, Isabel, and the hope is in my mind that you will meet with people possessed of courage and pity.
Do you have money? Change?
You have some idea of my age, yes?
You have a bus pass? But when they found you...
Isabel?
Mother, what are you doing here?
Looking for you. I thought you might be visiting your Mr. Fawn, your deluded Ossian.
Deluded is not the word. Anyway, he's gone.
Gone where?
Well, the front of the bus said Paisley. But maybe anywhere. How did you get here?
I walked.
Walked? It's miles and it's freezing.
Oh, it's not freezing. It's fresh. Just right for a brisk walk.
What did you tell them at Dunshee?
Nothing. I'm a free woman. I came to put you right.
Mother, listen, I don't think I can take any more of you.
I do not babble. You listen. We never had a coal cellar,
I know that.
so you were never locked up in it. Where that story came from, I have no idea.
Me neither.
You invented the woodlice.
Or the brownies did. Slaters are their kind of a thing.
Slaters. I would have called them by their proper name.
Of course you would. Oh, it's Dunshee. They must have discovered you're missing.
I'm not missing. I'm here.
I'll phone them from the car.
And another thing. That place. Negligence. The leaves in the garden, the grass, and the borders are littered with them.
His pockets were full of leaves. He had nothing. Did the leaves all turn into pound coins or a bloody bus pass? He'd no money, no cards, nothing. And his clothes. He says he just walked out, but how did he get all his clothes? Coat and hat and scarf and gloves and... What's more likely? Nothing about that man is at all likely. He's not to be trusted. Sorry. I'm sorry. I really think I'm about the end of my tether.
I've been there a long time. End of tether. Long, long time. Years, I think.
Right. Look, let's go home.
You need a drink.
And tonight I'm going to have some of that special whiskey. Do you think maybe you could join me in one?
No, thank you.
I could just raise a wee glass to the end of our tethers.
You know I never touch strong drink.
Yes, but just a little one. It's really lovely stuff. Mellow and gentle. Just this once.
What's the magic word?
In A Tale of Ossian, Isabel was played by Wendy Seeger, Ossian by Finlay Welsh, Helen by Anne-Louise Ross, Dermot by Scott Miller, and Fingal by Findan Hertog. Sound design was by Neil Young. A Tale of Ossian was written by Robert Forrest and was a BBC Audio Scotland production directed by Kirsty Williams for BBC Radio 4.